Hello dear friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a quick look at the Shapeshifter Tarot. This is the edition which is, I believe it's no longer in print. DJ Conway and Sirona Knight are the authors, and the illustrations are by Lisa Hunt. This is the title card in the deck. It's also a duplicate of this earth element goddess. So I received this deck, or I should say I bought it, gosh, over 20 years ago. And I was excited about it when I first bought it, and I first got it in, and I looked through it, and it's very beautiful. The cards are evocative. Of course, every card has a shape-shifting type image, which is really kind of fun. And it brings new possibilities into your readings and into the meanings as they're reinterpreted from Rider-Waite into this, which is sort of a separate system of its own. I mean, we do have the four suits and the majors, and we have them numbered, but there are some substantial differences that I wanted to show you. The first biggest difference for me, the suit of air element is being associated with wands. So we've got the Ace of Wands as representing the four winds rather than fire. So that was sort of hard for me to get used to. Whereas the fire element is being associated with swords. And so the Ace of Swords is the sacred flame. And they keep the meaning of the sword card, but yet it's being reinterpreted or reimagined as if it represents fire rather than air. So there's kind of a blurring, kind of a shape-shifting, I guess you'd say, even in the suits of the miners. So let me just take you through the majors. I think we're close enough that you can get a good view. We're out in my backyard, out on my patio, and it's a really nice balmy day here in California, and you can probably hear my wind chime in the background. I've got some crows in the neighborhood, so if there's a little background noise, I apologize. Sometimes we get traffic noise here too, so. Alrighty, here is, and let's take a look at the cardstock. The cardstock, it's from Llewellyn. Pretty typical Llewellyn cardstock. It's thin, but it's nice, and it's easy to shuffle. I don't know, I haven't used it much, even though I've had it for over 20 years, so it doesn't have a lot of wear. So here is what would be the Fool in a traditional deck, but this is a more shamanic, Celtic deck. And so the Fool is presented as initiation. So we've got a nice dragon there. Very cool. It's just kind of a different deck. I'm so set in my ways that I had trouble dealing with it. But I do love to take it out and look at it. I'm a real nutty art collector when it comes to tarot decks, and when I get them out, even though I don't use them all, the ones that I get out and I bought for the art, I just can't bear to part with. So I don't know, I'm having to rethink my ideas about that, because I may have to part with some of these decks here pretty soon. It's probably this one would be the first I would let go, although I do love it. Here's what would replace the Magician. It's the Sorcerer. So we've got that shape shifting into an eagle. The High Priestess becomes the Sorceress. The Empress is the Mother. And if you're familiar with Celtic mythology, I believe that's Epona, the goddess that is associated with the horse, the white horse. And the apple. Here is the Father. I don't have my book handy, or I'd give you a little bit more details on the cards and what they're supposed to represent. But here is, in place of the Emperor, we have the Father. I love that card. It's just spectacularly beautiful. For the Hierophant, we have Knowledge. The Lovers are really another beautiful card. I like the color palette in these cards, and then this royal blue seems to really make the images pop. Here we have power. This is in place of the chariot. In place of strength, we have courage, and that's represented as the mother and child who are shape-shifting from bears into humans. Instead of the hermit, we have the seer. I really love that. There's such a lot of depth in these cards. They could have used being a little bit larger in size. This is a somewhat small deck, as were most decks back then, about 25 years ago. Here is the circle instead of the wheel. We have nature in place of justice. Love those otters. In place of the hanged man, we have the shapeshifter. So I would say this is a more goddess-oriented deck as well. Instead of death, we have rebirth. Temperance becomes balance. Instead of the devil, we have choice, which I really like that reimagining of the devil card. That's really what it's about, is making better choices. Instead of the tower, we have the serpent. There is sort of a tower behind the serpent. I had a little trouble with this card too. Here's the star. Not really my favorite star card. The moon. A very werewolfy feel to that one. The sun. Instead of judgment, we have transcendence. In place of the world, we have the double. I had a little trouble with that one as well. Then there are 3 extra major arcana cards. So this deck has 81 cards. Number 22, the Journey, which I guess you could actually substitute that for the Fool if you wanted to. I almost prefer this one to the Fool that we have included here. I really prefer this. I might, if I continue to keep this, which I don't know why I would, but I like this better as the Fool. Here's the Journey. And then we have the Dreamer, which to me would make a pretty good High Priestess. And we have Oneness, which would seem to me to make a better world card than we had included in the deck here. So, just my opinion. So here are the suits of the miners. We've got the air element or wands, fire element swords, water element cups, and earth element pentacles. So the 4 winds is the ace of wands, the sacred flame, is the Ace of Swords. The Well is the Ace of Cups. And I have a card that I really love, the Garden, for the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Wands, Fortune. Two of Swords, Blindness. Sort of ties in with Rider-Waite, where they've got the lady blindfolded and the two swords crossed. And this sort of ties in with Rider-Waite too, with the Two of Wands being setting your course, charting your journey. All right, Two of Cups is love. And the Two of Pentacles is change. A lot of detail in these cards. Really pretty. Okay, then we've got Three of Wands, partnership. Three of Swords, sorrow. Three of Cups, abundance. Ooh, the wind's really picking up. Three of Pentacles, mastery. I like the badger peeking out from behind the tree there. You really need time to look at these cards and just sit with them and absorb the imagery. They're so, so beautifully done. Here we have the Four of Wands, or harmony. Four of Swords, merging. Four of Cups, decadence. Legacy, which sort of is very similar to the typical image of hoarding or sitting on a treasure chest. It's a similar idea related to money and abundance, but in this deck it's presented as the legacy that you're paying forward to your heirs. I kind of think of the Ten of Pentacles in that manner. All right, then on the fives, we've got Five of Wands, struggle. I do like that they have keywords. I enjoy that, especially when the deck is a little bit different in conception. You kind of need the keywords. Five of Swords, conflict. I love that. It's like your inner beast is coming out because of the conflict going on. Five of Cups, rejection. Look at all the faces in the rocks there. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles, loneliness. Six of Wands, victory. Pretty typical Rider-Waite meaning. Six of Swords, passage. Again, a similar meaning to Rider-Waite. Six of Cups, memories. Same meaning, just presented a little differently in this deck. Six of Pentacles, charity. And we've got the Seven of Wands, valor. Love that Irish wolfhound. A very brave animal indeed. Seven of Swords, deception. Seven of Cups, desire. Seven of Pentacles, growth. Eight of Wands, swiftness. It's beautiful. They're all beautiful cards. Eight of Swords, stasis. Eight of Cups, the quest. Very cool. And Eight of Pentacles, skill. Nine of Wands, strength. Looks like we're having a going upstream type of an effort there. Instead of going uphill, you're going upstream. Nine of Swords, darkness. Ooh, look at the bat. Nine of Cups, sustenance. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. I love that interpretation. I love that picture. And Nine of Pentacles is success. Very nice. On to the tens, the culmination of their suit. Ten of Wands, burden. Ten of Swords, ruin. Ten of Cups, happiness. And Ten of Pentacles, wealth. Now for Page, Knight, Queen, and King, in this deck we have Seeker, Warrior, God, and Goddess. And you notice the Goddess is the sort of the higher numbered card because they do number them 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's why I say this is sort of a goddess-oriented deck, although there are equal male and female representations. All right, so we've got the Page of Wands, Seeker of Air, Seeker of Fire is the Page of Swords, Seeker of Water would be the Page of Cups, Seeker of Earth, Page of Pentacles. Warrior of Air is the Knight of Wands. And I would have preferred to have these knights on horseback to sort of give me a little more cohesiveness, you know, with my associations with other decks, but, you know, it is what it is. So Warrior of Air, Warrior of Fire, Warrior of Water, and Warrior of Earth. And next we have the God and Goddess of each suit. So God of Air. I love that there's a bird and a harp. God of Fire. God of Water. Pretty interesting, that card. And God of Earth, or the King of Pentacles. I really like that. Love the green, the stag. Very cool. Alrighty, and then we go on to the goddesses. Goddess of Air, or the Goddess of Wands. Goddess of Fire. How about that? That's great. Love it. Goddess of Water, and Goddess of Earth. The only thing is, This is supposed to be the Queen or King of Swords. And this looks to me more like an image that's a wands. But, you know, I guess you just have to roll with it. Instead of getting so stuck on the meanings that you've learned, you kind of open yourself up to different interpretations, which is a pretty good philosophy when you're using a shape-shifting deck. Have that fluidity back and forth. So that is my quick walkthrough of this deck. I haven't used it, as I've said. I love it. It's just different, and I didn't think I could work with it. Shuffles real easily. The backs are a lovely Celtic knot. So if you can find it, and if you think it resonates with you, this would be a great deck to try to acquire. All right, take care, and we'll talk to you all again next time.